What's up, vinyl community? It's Robert Fithin. I haven't made a video in a little while, a proper one anyway. My mother passed away recently, and I've been dealing with the emotional trauma of that for the last couple of weeks. So I haven't really been making any videos or anything like that. I've been writing eulogies and making memorial videos for my mother. Hopefully, I did a good job honoring her with that. But I haven't been able to see a lot of vinyl community videos like I usually watch all the time, and I did not know about the thread that was going around for Bill from Michigan Record Club. I don't usually get on threads and whatever. I'm usually just kind of off to the side doing my own thing with these videos. But I wanted to jump on this thread. I recently found out that Bill has actually passed away now. This thread actually started before that to kind of, pick up his spirits, but he did have a long battle with cancer, as a lot of people who watch his channel know that. And so now there's this thread going around, people just showing 5 psychedelic albums. First it was to, just kind of cheer him up, and now it's to honor, show respect to Bill from Michigan Record Club. First one I'm going to show is The Crazy World of Arthur Brown. Some people put this under C for Crazy World, thinking that's the name of the band. Some people put it under B for Arthur Brown. I always thought he was Arthur Brown, and the album is called The Crazy World of Arthur Brown. Of course, this features Fire, an incredible song, and if you can see the Beat Club performance of that on YouTube, you'll know the guy does the whole fire, rig on his head and all that, puts on not only great psychedelic music, but a wonderful psychedelic show too. These days, I think he's a painter, and I don't mean painting like Renaissance. I mean like painting walls. But anyway, Arthur Brown got the Fire poem on here, got Nightmare on here, of course, Fire. Lots of great songs on here, and if this is not enough for you, he's got a couple of great singles out as well that you should check out that are not on albums. So Arthur Brown, The Crazy World of Arthur Brown, definitely some kind of like, kind of like that scary kind of side of psychedelic music there. So definitely check that out. I'm sure you've probably checked all of these albums out. Here's The Golden Hum. This is really special to me. Right before the pandemic hit, this was the last antique store that I went to, and I found this for 50 cents. Now, some people have all kind of, it seems like some people have stories like every week they're going to the Goodwill and finding, like, I don't know, a Robert Ludwig Led Zeppelin to every week finding something. I don't know about all that. But this is the one time it happened to me. It happened twice, actually. It happened with Small Faces, Sealed, and then it happened with this. The Golden Hum. The album is Power Plant. These guys are from Texas. They are on the American, or I'm sorry, the International Artist label, same as the 13th Floor Elevators. Now, these guys kind of got shade for kind of ripping off the 13 elevator sound, but they really had their own sound, and this album was shelved for a year, and then it was released after Easter Everywhere from the 13th Floor Elevators. So people kind of thought they were copying their sound, but this was actually recorded first. Really, really difficult to find, very sought after. I'm so glad I got this for 50 cents. It's not in perfect condition, but it's Power Plant. It looks like that's kind of the name of the band, but that's the name of the album. The Golden Dawn from Texas is the name of the band. And those guys were around for a while. They came back in the late 90s, I think, early 2000s, played some shows, and then most of them have passed away. So Golden Dawn from Power Plant, like I said, kind of that Texas psychedelia that the 13th Floor Elevators are known for. I'm going to show a couple of CDs because these are my 2 favorite psychedelic albums, but I only have them on CD. Tomorrow, awesome all the way through. Pretty much all the albums I'm showing aren't this kind of, you know how a lot of psychedelic albums have that 3 or 4 songs maybe, if we're lucky, and then the rest is some Beatles covers and or whatever. Not these. These are great all the way through. This obviously has My White Bicycle, later covered by Nazareth. Also has the song Revolution on here, which is not a Beatles cover. This was actually out in 1967. So they had their Revolution first, but it does contain, Strawberry Fields Forever, the Beatles cover. And just great all the way through. Pretty explicit sometimes with the LSD references, being covered in perspiration and stuff like that, having hallucinations. So they didn't mince too many words. Of course, a lot of those UK bands didn't. The US bands were the ones that always seemed to have to really layer everything in 16 different codes before you figured out what they were singing about. But yeah, Tomorrow, definitely. This is probably my second favorite psychedelic album that's not by a major artist. And my absolute favorite, I talked about it on several videos. The one that Cosmic Brian came over, I talked about it. I talked about it obviously in my 50 top psychedelic songs, but Kaleidoscope, Tangerine Dream, my favorite psychedelic album of all time by a lesser known artist. If you have not heard this and you like psychedelic music, you need to pick this up. I would have the LP of this, but unfortunately it's in the four figures. I think it's around like a $700, $800 record. It has been reissued a couple of times, but I have heard that those don't sound great. Maybe they do. I don't know. I like the orange color of the one vinyl, but yeah, Kaleidoscope Tangerine Dream. This has it starts off with this. It's kind of more of a cheerful. It's not the acid rock, fuzz guitar stuff that a lot of people like. This is more of upbeat psychedelic. Great songs on here. The Sky Children is an 8-minute long epic. The song itself, Kaleidoscope, is just a wonderful way to start an album, and just great gems all the way through here. Like I said, a little more upbeat, poppy kind of psychedelic, which I usually don't like that much, but it turns out this is my favorite psychedelic album, Kaleidoscope and Tangerine Dream. That leaves us with just one more, and I want to kind of give like an impression that the psychedelic music isn't all from the 60s. Some of it continues today, like this band from Tennessee, kind of carrying the torch on, as a lot of us will on the vinyl community for Bill of the Michigan Record Club. This is All Them Witches from Nashville, Tennessee. This is an incredible experience to listen to. These guys do everything from stoner rock, psychedelic rock, kind of like ballad, acoustic, campfires, southern rock type stuff. All Them Witches is the group, and Nothing is the Real is the album there. But you can great album cover there, and yeah, just a great one of those great albums that you just turn on and you want to listen to all the way through, because like I said, it's kind of like a trip. It's not just doesn't seem like just a bunch of collection of songs. So great psychedelic stuff that's a little more current. All Them Witches. So that's what I'll wrap up the tribute honoring Bill with, kind of as the music continues, as the music goes on. I always enjoyed Bill's channel. I did not know him personally. He was kind enough to leave comments on some of my really early videos. He seemed like an incredible gentleman when he and just an incredible music collection as well. It was really sad to see his final video when the record shelves behind him were completely bare. It's like, you knew that something was going on there. But always seemed like a gentleman, always just a nice guy with incredible music collection and great music knowledge too. He never seemed like he was smug or trying to show off his record collection like some people, like, it's obvious they don't care a lot about the music. It's more about, look how much, spendable money I have. I can buy all these vinyl records and never listen to them and show them on videos. Never got that impression at all. Great videos, which I think as long as the channels come up, I will go and continue to go back and watch a few every time, because he showed so many great albums. I'm sure there's plenty that I've forgotten about. So thank you, Bill, if you can hear me somewhere, for all the great videos and all the great advice on the psychedelic music and beyond as well. And yeah, that'll about wrap it up, except for one more thing. Since we're speaking of death, I told you about why I haven't been making a lot of videos recently, and then of course trying to honor Bill from Michigan Record Club. And Olivia Newton-John passed away recently, and the reason I bring this up is because I've been checking out some antique malls lately, flea markets, whatever. Now I'm starting to see Olivia Newton-John records for $25, including this one. So someone passes away, and I guess that automatically means dollar records go up and become $25 records, but they're just kind of sitting there. I'm not seeing a huge rush on a Olivia Newton-John totally hot, especially for $25. So that's going to wrap things up. Thank you so much for watching. I'll try to get back into my normal mode of making fun videos for you. I think one of my next ones is going to be albums that I don't like that everyone else does. So that'll be fun in the comments. Thank you again for watching. Thanks again to Bill from Michigan Record Club for all the great psychedelic shows and all the great videos. And thank you again for watching. And yeah, final community, keep the great videos coming.